Well, Israel has launched a project to collect all the testimonies of the hostages kidnapped on October 7th. Their horrific first-hand accounts are being filmed for documentation and will eventually be kept in the National Archives. CBN Middle East correspondent Julie Stahl reports from Jerusalem.
Hamas kidnapped Mirav Tal and also took the body of her long-term partner Yaakov Tal on October 7th.
I saw Yahya outside the house, sitting on his knees, and two terrorists were holding him by his sides. He was with his back to me. They were holding weapons, and he yelled at me, "I'm going to die." And I'm on a Vespa, and I told him, "Don't resist." One who was sitting was holding a knife to my neck. They brought me down from the Vespa. Someone hits me on the head. I almost lost consciousness. I was getting ready to take a shower. Then he told me, "You take a shower. When you finish, you don't wear your clothes. I'm coming to check you out if you have a chip in your body."
That's just one of dozens of testimonies that's part of the government press office project.
The GPO took footage and testimonies from all the hostages that arrived in the first period a few months ago, to make sure that, first of all, the foreign media will exactly know what is going on in Hamas horrible activities that they do in the jails, but also for the next generation, that people are ignoring, people forgotten.
GPO Director Nitzan Chen stresses the importance of recording the personal first-hand stories for documentation and authenticity.
So just imagine if even today, 6 months after the massacre, some people, even the Secretary of the UN denied that there was abuse against women at the jail. Just imagine what will happen 10 years from now. People will ignore, deny that there was some rape in October 7th, there was murder in October 7th. Therefore, the testimonies are very, very important for those days and next generation as well.
Journalists met some participants during a preview of the film, which will eventually be stored in the National Archives.
There were shouts of Jew in Arabic. They broke in screaming and shooting, bullet marks on the door. We understood my husband was shot. He was lying on the floor with his hands up. This was all in front of our eyes.
At Kfar Aza, terrorists abducted Chen Goldstein Almog and 3 of her children. They also murdered her husband and oldest daughter.
Then I ran to check on Yam, and I see that she was shot in the face, and I just saw this for a few seconds. It was a shocking sight. Something got opened right here, and blood was coming out of her head. Such a convulsion. She was half passed out. I was simply stunned, in shock, and I was asking myself, is what I'm seeing right now really happening?
Malki Shem Tov is the father of 21-year-old Omer, still a hostage after being kidnapped from the Nova Festival.
I saw him already more than 7 months. I terribly miss him. And if he hear me, I want to tell him that we do everything to bring him back home. Him and all the other hostages. Omer, just wait for us.
70-year-old Louis Har, kidnapped along with his friend Fernando Simon Marman, has a different story. The IDF rescued them in February.
Suddenly, I heard boom, and then wild shooting began and someone grabbed my leg, pulled me down and said, "Put your head down." He said, "Luis, we are the IDF. The IDF. We came to take you home." From that moment, that's it. I was in their hands. It gave me so much confidence.
Louis told CBN News the most important priority is to bring the hostages home.
We didn't lose our hope, and I hope that no one here loses his hope, because this is the last thing that needs to happen. We need to be strong in order to do everything to bring the hostages home.
He says being in captivity convinced him that belief in coexistence just is impossible.
Many of the captors said to me, they don't think we should be here. There shouldn't be a land of Israel. There should only be Palestine. That says that we don't have a partner for peace because they teach their children this from the time they're born. They only value hatred, to buy a weapon, and to kill the Jews. That's what they know.
Moshe Or's brother, Avi Natan, was kidnapped along with his girlfriend, Noah Argamani, whose mother has terminal brain cancer. Moshe hopes the free world will pressure Hamas in any way possible to free the hostages, because not doing so sends a dangerous message.
what will the terrorists all over the world will see and learn? They will learn that by taking hostages, civilians hostages, they can have benefits or earn something in the political field. Imagine yourself what will happen in terrorists in the USA. They will try, okay, if they will want to get something in the political field, they will take hostages.
With Israeli hostages still in Hamas captivity, the issue remains a top priority for Israel. Julie Stahl, CBN News, Jerusalem.